Smoking gun. The smoking gun on the timing of the trade. Can't have that. Can't have Joe Milton around for Drake May. Can't have it. Cannot have it. Oh, it's so.
What are you laughing at, McCone?
It's just so pathetic, isn't it? How do you not laugh at that? What?
It's not pathetic.
It is pathetic. You're pathetic, McCone. McCone, you should be competing and trying to take my job right now. You should. That's what you should be trying to do.
I think you need to know your place. And if Joe Milton is walking around acting like the starting quarterback in that locker room, that's going to create problems. I'm sorry, it is.
I mean,
and why? And by the way, why? Again, I keep coming back to this. Why is Joe Milton the hill that you would die on this roster? Like, he's not a part of the future for you.
I don't think it's the hill they die on. So I think
that's why you move on from him. 100%. Yeah.
Just go. You don't want to be here? Go. Fine. Go. Leave.
My next thought on this. Does Elliott Wolf deserve some blame for taking this guy a year ago? The hell was the point of this?
I remember doing some of the draft stuff, and like they were so excited to get him because of the upside of the physical traits and talent, of how hard he threw, how big he was, how athletic he was. So that, in essence, in your mind, then, I get your point. So to them, then, like a 6th or 7th round pick is a throwaway because you're just taking a flyer on a guy.
Yeah. If you were gonna take a flyer on a guy in the 6th round,
6'9", 320-pound tackle that we could develop.
Why weren't you drafting some late round tackle or late round defensive lineman or a late round corner?
There's not one SEC tackle,
or take a flyer on a receiver that turns into something.
Ohio State didn't have 3 tackles coming out to where you could have taken a flyer on the third one. Or?
What was the point of this? And by the way, I say this because I believe that the personality questions about Joe Milton that makes Tim McCone want him to be sent so far away from New England. I think teams knew about it. I think teams knew that this was a player that had a lot of confidence and is not afraid to let you know that he thinks he's a good player.
He's got some swagger to him.
He's got swagger. Some would call it cocky. But
I don't blame him.
Whatever it is, this was part of his personality profile before being drafted in the NFL. So, why did you guys do this?
Speaking of Hard Knocks, wasn't it Dayball and the Giants that had a different color code next to Milton's name, where they were ranking all the players
as a do not draft?
I think you're
no,
right.
there was a different. Nobody knows what the color. Like there's a code color to every player, and the only outlier was like an orange one that had Milton next to it. I'm telling you, I remember that weird stuff like that.
Yes, he had yellow.
Yellow.
He was the only player on the board that was highlighted in yellow.
What does that mean? No, and they wouldn't answer it. He wouldn't answer it. I actually texted him on this. What's yellow mean? He just chuckled. Never got back. There's something there. There's a meaning behind that. Wasn't he asked to switch positions too? Like, would you consider potentially playing tight end? He said, no, I'm a quarterback. I think he was asked that, right? Well, didn't a reporter ask him that?
I'm reading some of the comments online about what yellow could be interpreted as. Yellow stands for Joe Milton. Yellow stands for could kill someone with his arm strength.
Stop it.
Yellow is should have been a baseball player. McCone likes that one. So there you go. I don't know. He was yellow on their board.
Thank you, Hard Knocks.
What that means, no one really knows. They're not sure. But that's what he was. But the Patriots took him. And then a year later, they felt they needed to trade him. So how do you not include that draft pick as a mistake by that front office?
I mean, I see what you're saying.
We drafted him, and he became a problem within 1 year's time, and we had to trade him. That's how they view it. That's what this move tells you.
Because he played well in one game.
Because he played well in one game, he became a problem, and we must trade him. We must trade him. We don't even want him back in the building before our starting quarterback and the rest of our team gets here. Well, how do I not then look at you and say, you guys are clueless? That's how you ended up with Baker. That's how you ended up with Polk. and Caden Wallace and Joe Milton, and a draft that really didn't produce starters for you outside of, again, the guy that any idiot could have taken with the 3rd overall pick.
Yeah.
Conkey, Bubbles the chimpanzee. You could have taken any of those. You put them in the spot. It's like sending them to space. So, you could send them in the draft. They'll take Drake May.
Yeah.
Just tell the monkey you love monkeys. tell the monkey, Drake May, you got to go take Drake May. Turn the card in. They do it for you. Okay.
I saw a monkey. Speaking of TikTok and the monkeys, there's one this week.
Joe loves
There's
monkeys.
one this week where it was holding the iPhone, and it was like this wasn't AI generated. Somebody gave it an iPhone, and it was looking at it. It was holding it up, like not to his ear, but like up in the air, and he threw it. And the other monkey picked it up. And they probably kept calling it. See if the monkey can answer the phone.
Could probably train a monkey to use FaceTime.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That Clyde one, orangutan, and any which way you can, any which way but loose. That one would you be able to train? Right turn, Clyde.
Not enough monkeys in White Lotus this year. There should have been more monkeys.
Yeah, I feel like the monkeys' appearances sort of faded as the season went on.
Disappointing.
I thought they may have had a chance to play a big role in the final episode, but no go.
Monkey was the cause of that movie Outbreak with Dustin Hoffman. The monkey got infected, remember? And he came over. Monkeys cause some problems, man.
617-779-0985.
That monkey in the Hangover.
Someone's to blame for the Joe Milton thing. That's all I know, McCone.
I don't disagree with you.
Someone has to be blamed for this.
Is it blamed, or is it just like if the same staff was here, he'd probably still be here?
Yes, I think part of the problem was there was absolutely no direction.
It's
when it
timing
came
and
to last
direction
year.
and lack of communication, or maybe no communication whatsoever between the two. Like, hey, how you doing? Just checking in. We got a new staff here. What's your plans? Where are you working out?
If this became some big problem because the guy played one game and played well in what equates to a preseason game, and you felt the need to absolutely get rid of him, I'm repeating myself here, and I apologize for that, but what the hell, guys? You didn't think maybe that would be a problem when you drafted him less than a year ago?
Maybe the front office didn't want to. Maybe this is Mike's vision of just this is what I want my quarterback room to look like.
But I don't think it's
timing,
I'm
too.
just saying I don't think it's
Mike
dependent
wasn't
on the
here when he played.
coach. I don't think it's dependent on the coach.
Then why would Vrabel be required to keep
Because
him?
if it was going to be a bad situation, it was going to be a bad situation with Vrabel or Mayo as head coach.
Yeah.
That's the truth, right? We all agree on that.
Okay, so
a bad
factor that
situation's
in.
a bad situation.
Correct.
Yes.
And so it doesn't matter that Mike Vrabel is here. He's cleaning up the mess. So, yeah, I guess if Gerard Mayo was here, they wouldn't trade him. Still a problem, I guess,
Yeah.
based on the opinion of Mike Vrabel, which I'll respect. Mike Vrabel's a guy who has experience doing this job.
I'd bet by now with his different dynamics of working at the collegiate level, the pro level, and then consulting with Cleveland and all that, and sitting back and looking at it, you could see a problem coming before it happens. That's part of the gift of being a good head coach. And he moves swiftly. That's what I like about him.
Sims and Florio, Pro Football Talk on the Milton trade. Were there other people in the building that felt the way that Joe Milton did? Is that why it would have been a big problem, as Zoe keeps kind of mentioning?
Hey, if you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand right here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.